Hey guys, it's Lynk Plays Games. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Pokemon Leaf Green. So we are in Saffron City and then we finished the fighting dojo and I went to train a little bit more. I think I cut a bit of this out. But I did go trying to level up my Pokemon just a little bit because I'm not exactly sure where to go from here. I will say the one thing I do not like about Pokemon Leaf Green is it doesn't have like a set way you have to go. Like it doesn't tell you, oh, you go from this city to that city, from here to there. You gotta do this to do that. I mean, there's no true direction other than like you have to do this one thing. And then it tells you, like, it gives you all these little quests. Like, you can go on and defeat more gyms if you want to, like, go all the way to, like, where the Safari Zone is. Or you can go back to Lavender Town and, like, beat the Pokemon Tower. And I'm trying to think, what else is there? Like, you could go to the Team Rocket hideout. Obviously right now it is still locked, so I can't go to the hideout yet, but it's like one of those things like you don't have to do in any specific order, which, yes, as gameplay goes, that makes it really fun, because everyone could have different gameplay. Not everyone's gonna get the same experience from one single, run through. Like, I think that's what's good about each generations of Pokemon games, because they are diverse. Each game is really their own game, or like each generation of games is their own game, because there's so many different gameplay mechanics. Like in these older games, there's this like sort of free to choose option in it, where you can choose if you want to go after the gyms first, if you want to do this first or that first, what little side quests you want to do. Let me actually pause this conversation. I want to get into the lore of this real quick. So as you see, we're in the Pokemon Tower. I think I've mentioned this before about the lore about, like, your rival's Raticate. How it didn't survive the last battle on the SS Anne. Alright, is your Pokemon dead? Hey, it's alive. I can at least make them faint, let's go. So, everyone talks about how odd that was. First of all, Cass, or your rival, being in the Pokemon Tower where there's dead Pokemon. And he asked if one of your Pokemon were dead. And then says, oh hey, they're alive, like, that's so great that, like, your Pokemon are okay. Meaning, the last time you saw each other, both your Pokemon were severely injured. But he was glad that, like, your Pokemon are okay. I think that really further proves the theory of your rival's Raticate, no longer being a part of the team. Especially with the fact that, he doesn't have it anymore. Before, he had all his Pokemon, and as we go through this battle, you'll notice Eradicate never comes out to play. But anyways, there's like so many channels that go over that theory like 1,000 times over and has a lot of good like points made on it. And I've watched those videos about half a dozen times. I definitely recommend going and checking them out, because the theories are so good. Also, let me get a fire type away from a water type. Hello. That was a problem. But like, I'm severely like at an advantage though with my level 32 Pokemon. Yikes. But anyways, back to what I was saying about the different generations of games and how I love how they're diverse in terms of, like, I vaguely remember playing the original Game Boy games. Like, I had a Game Boy Color that was passed down from my older sisters, and I had gotten Pokemon Yellow and Blue, and I wanna say Pokemon Gold. This is back before they had all these, like, really advanced creative names, you know? I love how, like, the remakes, though, got more in-depth with the names, besides the point. Like, I don't remember enough about those to tell you what the gameplay was like. But Leaf Green being my first game that I truly remember, my first game I ever personally owned. I like how it has this playthrough style. And then you get into the next set of games that came out after it, which is like the Emerald, Sapphire, and Ruby. I loved that generation. I love that game series. I think that's Gen 3, right? I mix up my generation, so if I mess up, please just correct me in the comments. But I like... What was it that I liked most about it? It was very different from Leaf Green when I played it. I had Pokemon Sapphire, and I think Pokemon Emerald. I want to say I had Emerald first, and then one of my sister's middle school ex-boyfriends traded me my Final Fantasy game for his Pokemon Sapphire because something happened to my Emerald game. And then I had moved to Georgia and I lost it. I never actually got to beat Sapphire or Emerald. I think I got close to it. So maybe one day I could play it for this channel just so I could have the experience of actually finishing it. But like there was things I liked about it. I liked the new Pokemon. I feel like the Pokemon of that generation were great. What was it? There was like so many different things a part of that I loved, but I can't recall all of it. And I know a lot of people actually agree with liking Emerald and Sapphire and Ruby as their favorite generation of games. Though it's, you know, still diverse on which game was truly the greatest game of the series. But then Pokemon Generation 4 was Diamond and Platinum and Pearl. I had Pokemon Diamond, then I had Pokemon Platinum, and I loved the original Diamond. I loved being able to make Poffins and like doing the beauty contest. That was my favorite thing about that game specifically. I can't remember if I did all that in Pokemon Platinum, if Platinum had that. I know they had the Poffins, but I can't remember what else they like really had in that game that set it aside from Diamond. I want to say the gameplay was just about the same, except for the Giratina part at the end. But then with the following couple games, I never actually got to play any of those. I've never played Pokemon Black or Pokemon Black 2. And then there was Pokemon XY and Sun and Moon, and then there was the remake of Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And then there was another remake, or there was a remake of Sapphire and Ruby. And all these games I didn't get the chance to play, and I wish I did. And I'm gonna try to find a way to play it now. But I didn't actually get to revisit the Pokemon series until I got Pokemon Sword. And then I got distracted, I never finished the game. And then I ended up getting Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. And I started to play through it, and compared to the original Diamond, I did not like it. So that kind of sucked for me. I was hoping I would have liked it a lot more than I ended up liking it, and it just... Brilliant Diamond was a flop to me. I did not like the beauty contest. I liked how the original beauty contest was set up and structured. Let's see, Pokemon Sword I liked. I like the camping aspect. I think that's so cute and something so different. With Let's Go Pikachu, which is another remake of the original games. Technically, it's a true remake of Yellow. Versus where Leaf Green and Fire Red were remakes of, you know, Red and Blue. Technically. I liked... So far I've played a little bit of Let's Go Pikachu. I haven't played much. Because there are other games I'm trying to finish. I'm trying to do videos for YouTube, and I'm not able to really play it for YouTube. I don't have a capture card. I also have a Switch Lite. So I'm going to be looking into getting a Switch with a capture card and being able to play for you guys. So that's why I'm kind of like holding back on playing Let's Go Pikachu. Because I want to experience that with you guys to see how it's different. Since I've played all the different remakes of the original games. And I've played the original, even though I don't remember them as well, because I was like, you know, 6, 7 years old when I was playing it. What else is there? My mind is blanking out. I think that's all the games. If I'm not mistaken. I could be. No, there's Scarlet and Violet, the newest games. I haven't got the chance to play those. I did watch a YouTuber play some of it. But he was having a lot of trouble with his gameplay. I heard, like, mixed things about Scarlet and Violet. Though Jello has it, and Jello loves his version of Scarlet. Like, he's obsessed with that game. I don't know if he's got the DLC yet for it. Should I surprise Jello for Christmas and get him the Scarlet DLC if he doesn't have it? Real questions that need real answers. I know he was talking about getting me a copy of Scarlet so I could play with him. Because he's been using my copy of Sword to play. So I could either get him a copy of Sword, or I could get him the expansion pack for Scarlet and Violet. Ooh, decisions. What do you guys think? We gonna have fun and, you know, be able to play together? Well, I mean, either way we'd be able to play together. If I just got him the expansion pack, that gives him more to do versus... but does Jello deserve it? I'll let you guys comment down below whether or not Jello deserves it. I mean, I did cancel the series that had him as my Pokemon bestie. So I'm kind of in the wrong right now with him. Even though you guys weren't even liking the series. So that's your fault that I have wronged Jello. We are all to blame here. And I'm not gonna take any other arguments about it. Also, the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series sucked. I think we could all agree that those are the worst Pokemon, not spin-offs, but like Pokemon games. That weren't like mainline story games. Though I did like the Pokemon Ranger one. I want to be able to play that too. I remember my sister having it for her DS, and I kept trying to steal it from her. Oh, it was such a good game. And like, I thought it was the coolest game ever, but I didn't get to play much of it. I liked the setup. I feel like that was truly the precursor for Violet and Scarlet, if you think about it. Because in Scarlet and Violet, you start in, like, going to a school, an academy, and if I'm not mistaken, in Pokemon Ranger, you start in an academy. But I'm gonna quit my rambling and end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.